Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a little on and off with my videos. Hasn't been a lot going on. Sorry about that. Hasn't been real consistent like I'd hoped for it to be. But also, I know I said that I'd be doing videos regarding the training with Hank. However, with the basic obedience, there's not really it's not really practical, and I don't have anyone to hold the camera anyways. So, while I'm in training, so I will just briefly go over what I've been working on with Hank. The other thing that I wanted to touch on was about a week or two left of training, and then I'll be figuring. I wanted to touch on something that happened this past weekend. I've got a clip of the incident. It was actually at the Willowcreekdogpark here in Prescott, Arizona. So for anyone who is new, any viewers out there that have visited Prescott or are visiting Prescott, or maybe just moved here and you haven't been to the dog park, or maybe you have but not enough to really familiarize yourself with it. Typically, when you go to a dog park, it's an understanding, at least with most people. And at this dog park, most people that go to it have well-behaved dogs. They watch their dogs. They keep the dogs under control should something happen. I was at the dog park, and a gentleman came to the dog park with his German Shepherd. And this isn't the first time I've seen him there. There was one other time a couple months back, but anyways, there was no problems until about 20 minutes after he got there. His dog made his way over to mine and started to get aggressive, baring his teeth, and it wasn't friendly. It wasn't wanting to play. It was wanting to pick a fight. So real quick, I'm going to show you that clip, and then I'll get back to explaining a little bit of what happened prior to my recording, and then I'll show you a little more, and we'll finish up, so stay tuned. Yes. That was wholeheartedly the German Shepherd. That was not the other dog. German Shepherd got aggressive.
Yeah.
It's triggered. Yeah.
That weird ass with the gun.
Yeah. No, that's I don't know that the gentleman's here anymore. I think it's just one that's left at the park for anyone, yeah. Okay, so as you can see in that clip that I just showed you, about a couple minutes into it, to the left The man to the very left, the far left, that's the gentleman that I had the incident with. Later, towards the middle and end of the clip, you see his dog, the German Shepherd. And as you can see, at one point it starts to come towards me and my dog again. He then calls it over. But as you can see in the clip, he's not paying attention to his dog whatsoever. He's talking to other people, which I'm not calling that out, but he's not paying attention to his dog, up until the last minute when it actually, goes towards myself or, goes too far out of his, sight. But this is what I'm talking about. And I'll just touch on, prior to this clip, his dog got aggressive and went to attack another dog, making it the third time that his dog got aggressive towards another dog. My dog being the first 2 times. So unfortunately, I didn't get that on recording. I meant to. I just didn't get my phone out quick enough. It happened in a split second. But I'll show you a couple other clips, a little closer up of the dog, so you can see what the dog's like. I think it's a day or two, maybe 2 days ago now. No, I think it was yesterday. There was another incident at the dog park, and it was a man, and I'm not sure if it was the same man or not, and animal control was called. And some of you will say, well, you should have called animal control. I understand, and next time I will be. But I figured at the time to stand my ground and just keep my dog away from his, which is what I did. So let's show you the other clips and then we'll keep going.
No.
Of course he is. Hank, come here. Hank! Hank, come here. Hank! Come on. Okay, so in this clip, that just showed, you see the dog comes to the right of me, and my dog starts to venture off, sniff around, and I had made the attempt and actually I did get my dog to stay by me, but keep him away from the German Shepherd essentially is what my goal was. And again, the gentleman with the blue hat's not paying attention to his dog, not watching his dog, and just doing everything but. So just wanted to show you that real quick, and I had it zoomed in on the dog so you could see what the dog looks like. Should anyone that's watching this that lives in Prescott or visits Prescott or just moved here, should you come to the dog park and come across this dog, just know to keep your dog away from it, because it's unpredictable. So let's keep going.
What does it mean when you're a dog handler?
I think he's merely going off the fact that he was a police officer, and it was he was a canine officer, so he had a police dog, which doesn't mean jack. You can be a police officer and be a bad police officer. Just because you're an officer doesn't mean that your dog's well trained. in Chicago, there was a female cop. Her dog attacked a dog in a fenced yard, and the dog died. This was a police officer's dog. That doesn't mean anything. That's a poor excuse. And if that's his justification for it being aggressive, okay, so in that clip, you saw. I mentioned that he was talking about the gentleman in the blue hat, the one that I had the incident with, and his German Shepherd. In that clip, I had mentioned that about him being a ex-police officer. What I was talking about was he had told me, after I had removed my dog from the situation, he had tried telling me that he was a dog handler and an ex-cop, and his dog was trained, and it was my dog's fault. He wasn't taking responsibility at all. And you'll see that I mentioned as well about a police officer whose dog, I think it was in Chicago. I said Chicago. I don't 100% recall. If you look it up, the story is out there online. Look up police officer's dog attacks a dog in a fenced yard. The story will probably come up. So I was using that as an example that just because you're a police officer does not mean that, never mind whether you're a good or a bad police officer, it doesn't mean that your dog is trained. It doesn't mean that you know how to train a dog or how to handle a dog. And if you look up that video or story of the female officer and her dog, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's a clear example. And this guy was just way out in left field and way out of line. His dog didn't have any altercations while I was filming, thankfully, and kind of unfortunately, because I was kind of hoping I had got that on film. But I basically am making this video so that if anyone goes to the dog park, any of you viewers out there, anyone that lives in Prescott or is going to live in Prescott and you want to bring your dogs to the dog park, to be aware, to be vigilant and keep your eyes on your dog at all times, and on the people around your dog, and other dogs, and understand that that's a risk that you take when you go to the dog park, which is I fully understand. However, at the same time, being a dog owner and others there that are dog owners, obviously, I would expect and hope that they are, and unfortunately some aren't, but I would hope that they are mature enough and responsible enough to remove their dog from the situation when something happens, like a fight, or even leave the dog park altogether. And some people I might get comments on here that say, well, that's a risk you take, and they don't have to remove their dog. No, they don't have to remove their dog, but again, if they're being responsible and adults, they would. In fact, about half an hour before this whole video, and probably 25 minutes or so before the altercation, another gentleman was in there he actually had like a black shepherd or something. It was a large dog. It looked like a shepherd. And it got Riley and kind of out of control with a chihuahua. He immediately The minute it occurred, he separated his dog, got his dog away from the situation, away from the Chihuahua, and took the dog and removed it. He left. He didn't stay at the dog park. He didn't keep his dog in the dog park. He left, which was the right thing to do, which was the adult and mature thing to do. So I'm just pointing that out. The reason I didn't leave is because I didn't do anything wrong. My dog didn't attack anyone. My dog didn't cause an altercation, and I was standing my ground and making a point. So I've got one more clip. I'll try to make it short, and we'll wrap it up. Stay tuned for more videos. The rodeo is coming up. And so stay tuned. I said that in a previous video. Stay tuned for the video on the rodeo. There's also going to be a parade. I probably won't have a video of the parade because I'm going to be in it. However, I will try and find photos or take photos if I can. And if I can't, I will find photos online. There's people always circulate photos around the 4th of July. There's photos of the parade and such, so stay tuned for those. They'll be on my Facebook page, A Day in the Life, and I will try to get a video of the rodeo, at least clips. And there's some things regarding the rodeo that I want to talk about in a YouTuber that I want to talk about, that is local to well, I don't know if she's local to Arizona. I think it's the Valley, but we'll get to that in the next couple months. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Talk to y'all later. Good boy. Come on. Sit. Come here.
You know what he's doing? He's talking. I'm like, basically, he's not even saying he didn't see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's trying to talk to him.
Hank, come here. Good boy. Good boy. Hank, come here. Sit. Yeah. Yeah, I know.